wake up, and before the day has even begun, before the light has fully entered the room, before you have checked your phone or remembered what day it is, your mind goes to one person. It happens the same way every morning, without effort, without invitation, just that name, that face, that feeling settling into your chest like it never left. And maybe you have been wondering what that means. Today, you are going to understand exactly what is happening, because this is not random. This is not your mind playing tricks on you. What is happening when someone becomes your first thought every single morning is one of the most psychologically significant things that can occur inside a human mind. It is not just habit. It is not just longing. Thus, psychology tells us that the thoughts that greet us at the edge of sleep and wakefulness, those first few seconds of consciousness before the world rushes in, those thoughts are among the most honest your mind will ever produce. The filters are down. The defenses are not yet up. Your subconscious in those quiet early moments shows you exactly what it has been holding all night long. And it has been holding this person. That tells you something, not about them, but about you, about what is living inside you, about what your inner world has decided matters. Your morning thoughts are not accidents. They are your mind's most unguarded confession. And so if you have been dismissing this, telling yourself it is nothing, telling yourself you should be over it, and telling yourself that thinking about someone this much means something is wrong with you, please hear this clearly. Nothing is wrong with you. What you are experiencing has a name, a reason, and a depth that deserves to be honored, not silenced. There is a concept in psychology called emotional imprinting. When a person enters your life and touches something real in you, not just surface attraction, but something that resonates at a deeper level, your nervous system forms what researchers describe as a strong neural association with that individual. Your brain quite literally begins to link the experience of waking, of beginning a new day, with the presence of that person. Over time, this becomes automatic, not because you are weak, not because you are obsessed, but because your mind recognized something significant and built a pathway to it. Think of it this way. Your brain is extraordinarily selective about what it encodes at the deepest level. Most people pass through your life and leave barely a trace in your morning mind. The fact that this person does not, the fact that they arrive before coffee, before worry, before the noise of the day, that is your neurology telling you that this connection registered as meaningful at a level far below conscious thought. And there is more to it than that. When someone becomes your first thought in the morning, it often means your mind has been processing that person all night. During sleep, your brain does not rest. It consolidates, it organizes, it works through what remains emotionally unresolved. Dreams or no dreams, your sleeping mind revisits what carries emotional weight. And when you open your eyes and that person is already there, what you are witnessing is the end of a night-long conversation your unconscious was having. You are seeing the conclusion your dreaming mind kept returning to. That person was the answer your sleeping self kept finding. That is not ordinary, that is profound. There is also something that depth psychology would call a soul recognition, a rare sense that a particular person fits somewhere in you that others simply do not reach. You do not always choose who this person is. You do not always understand why it is them and not someone else, someone easier, someone closer, someone more available. But your morning mind does not lie about this. It cannot. In those first seconds of waking, you are not yet constructing a story about your life. You are simply feeling it. And what you feel consistently morning after morning is the pull toward this one person. That pull is information. It is your emotional interior being honest with you. But here is where it becomes important to sit with. Your morning thoughts are showing you what you value. They are showing you the kind of connection your heart is capable of. They are showing you that you are someone who feels deeply, who bonds meaningfully, who does not form attachments lightly. In a world that often rewards emotional detachment and calls it strength, you carry a different kind of power, the power of someone who knows how to love with their whole being. And that matters, even when it hurts, even when the person your morning reaches for is not reaching back, even when you cannot explain it to anyone else without feeling like they would not quite understand. Your depth of feeling is not your weakness. It is your signature. It is the evidence of a heart that still believes in something real. There will be mornings when you wake and feel the weight of that first thought more heavily than usual. Mornings when the day feels quieter because that person is not in it the way you wish they were. And on those mornings, you may be tempted to judge yourself for it, to wonder why you cannot just move on, why your mind will not simply let them go, why this one person has taken up such permanent residence in the first few seconds of every day. Please do not judge yourself for that. What you are carrying is not a flaw in your character. It is evidence of your emotional capacity. By the fact that your heart holds on, that it reaches toward what felt true, what felt real, what felt like something worth having, that is not dysfunction. That is loyalty to your own experience. That is you refusing to pretend that something significant was not significant. And the silence you keep about it, the way you do not always say their name out loud, the way you carry this quietly, that is not cowardice, that is wisdom, that is self-protection. That is you understanding that some things are too sacred to expose to people who would not handle them gently. Your silence around this person, around this feeling, is not weakness. It is a kind of reverence. You deserve to be chosen, not tolerated, not kept as an option, not loved halfway, chosen with clarity, with intention, with the same kind of wholehearted certainty that your own morning mind brings to the thought of that person every single day. You deserve someone whose first thought mirrors yours, someone who wakes and finds you already there. You deserve that kind of love because you are already giving it, even quietly, even from a distance, even in the first seconds of the morning when the world is still dark and still. Your feelings are not too much. Your depth is not a problem to be fixed. Your heart's habit of returning to this person, morning after morning, is not something to be ashamed of. It is something to be understood. And now, perhaps you understand it a little more. If this video reached something in you today, if it put words to something you have been carrying quietly, please subscribe to Psychology Wisdom. Every day, this channel creates content designed to help you understand what is really happening inside you. Not to fix you, not to change you, but to help you see yourself with the clarity and the compassion you have always deserved. Like this video if it spoke to you, and leave a comment if you want to, even just to say that someone saw you today, because you are not alone in this, and you never were.